Hi everyone, I wanted to do a video today on tools. I am a nerd when it comes to tools. I love high quality tools, and I don't like tools in boxes. I like tools in rolls, and so I have a really strong sort of fascination with tool rolls and stuff, and as yet I have not found the perfect tool roll. I've tried many cheaper versions, and the one I have now is still cheap, but it's a bit more stronger quality than the ones I've had before. But it's not the ideal colour that I like. That just sort of comes in with my nerdy stuff. It is multicam, but that's because sort of that was the only one I could find. I don't like multicam stuff because it doesn't work for me. I mean, I like olive green, which is the Max Edition OD green. I love that. But multicam is not really, I have no use for multicam, but that's what I have at the moment because this was the only thing that was available to me, which was sort of, it wasn't heavy. Well, there are some leather ones that a couple of friends of mine used, and they've tried to get me to use them, but I really didn't like them. A, I don't really like leather that much, and B, they were really heavy on their own. Whereas this one is made by a British company called Webtex, and they make some stuff like this. I really like. I like this. I really do like this. I just wish, being nitpicky, I wish it was just sort of one colour green. But yeah, I'm just going to go through what I carry and how my tool roll project is going to sort of get better and increase for self-sufficiency and doing stuff at home myself. As my life is changing, I sort of adapting to that change, adapting to my disabilities, and I don't always want to be calling workmen, and I'm learning new skills at home. And there are a couple of fantastic channels on YouTube, and I've got a couple of books on DIY and stuff, and I've learned quite a lot of skills and practiced them. So I do have some new tools, and some I've used, and started putting them into tool rolls. So if you know any really good quality tool rolls but are really strong material but light, please put them into the comment section below. I'd love to hear back from you. So I'll just show you what I have in here at the moment. Not much, but I wanted to keep it. I don't want to overstock it. The other reason I like tool rolls is because it's so sort of harmonious. It's like a place for everything and everything in its place. If you kind of get what I mean. I like that strategy, and there's a lot of people that love the minimalism strategy. I'm not a minimalist, as you can probably tell, but I do like things nice and neatly organised, and the portability of things, because my EDC and my travel and my stuff is always geared towards travel, even though now I don't travel, but I still keep that theme because it's worked for me for many years. So let's start. We'll just start from this side. I have a multimeter. It's by KS Tools. I originally actually wanted to get the brand Fluke, but I saw this one. It was quite a bit cheaper, and it had quite a lot more functions. And I've actually used a lot of these functions around the house, just for general stuff. And it's a very good high quality, and I read a lot of reviews about this from qualified electricians, and they even said buy this one because they'd shown pictures on Amazon of them using them. And I'm not a qualified electrician, I'm not an electrician at all, but I know basic stuff like everyone else does, and I can use this just to check for live circuitry or anything, or for checking batteries and stuff. And I mean, professional electricians recommended this, and I've used this quite a bit, and I've absolutely loved this. I've not had any problems with it at all. So multimeter in this section, and then the probes for that are in here. Again, as I mentioned, I'm not a professional. I don't know much about stuff, but I am learning. I do have its so to that end, I'm not the type of person that yeah, I know everything and I'm the authority on that. I'm not. So I have kept its manual, and I have actually literally gone through the manual word for word, and there are a couple of things in here that I still need to learn, and how to use the equipment properly, because I want to respect the equipment and not damage it, because that's unprofessional. So I've kept the manual, and I've been reading the manual as well as I've started to use other features of it. I do have just a standard dental inspection mirror in here, just to look around corners, but I do have a proper one in my EDC toolkit, which obviously doesn't have any sharp ends because it's TSA approved. But I've not really had any call to use a around the corner inspection mirror as yet, so I just put the standard dental one that I had hanging about in my pencil holder. What else do I have? I have a spare. WD-40 can spray. I actually have one of these in my not the spray, but the actual straw. And this actually fits on the compressed air gas for my laptop, and it also fits in the WD-40 cans. I do have a knife, and this isn't a metal knife. It's a non-metallic plastic knife, and the reason I had this is just in case there's a live wire or anything, and I just needed to cut it or something. But I've not actually cut any live wires with it, so I don't know. But I have cut wires, but not live wires. And then I also have a smaller one. This is for the smaller nozzle WD-40 cans. Oh yeah. And I do have a Swiss Army knife in here. This is the Swiss Army knife harvester. It has the harvester blade, and they also do a Swiss Army knife electrician, but I already had the harvester, and this blade is actually perfect for cutting wires as well. And I actually use this in the garden as well, so it's just perfect because I can just take this tool into the garden. And I put some cicadas in here at one point as well, but they're actually just in another room at the moment. So it just has one knife blade. The harvester blade, or you can use it for cutting, stripping wires, main screwdriver, bottle opener, wire stripper, saw, because it's a sort of a gardening tool, and you can actually use that for DIY stuff at home, and a reamer, not an awl, a reamer, and you can actually use that to make drill holes for drilling and screwing stuff in. I then have just a standard no brand Stanley knife type knife for cutting, and it locks, which I actually like. I like safety on all my tools. And I have a Barco adjustable spanner. This goes out to 2 centimeters. Yeah. Let's see. It's a bit more than that. Yeah, so it has a 2 centimeter scale on it, and then it goes out to about 2. Gives you a groove inside of about 22 millimeters. This is a really high quality, and this was actually one itself on its own is actually quite expensive. So this I actually only bought one. I used to have one for diving, but I've not dived in about, I think about 7 years, maybe more. I used to have about 2 for diving, not of this brand. I can't remember what brand they were. They were just really cheap ones, and I don't even know where they are. So I didn't actually have a spanner at home, so I bought this one. And then I have my Surefire Flashlight in here. I actually used to EDC this. This is the 6p LED. This was actually part of my EDC, but I don't EDC it anymore. I've put it into the tools, and this is it's a Bianchi Hoster. This was given to me by a friend of mine. This was given to me by a friend of mine who himself is a police officer, and when he watches this video, thank you very much, mate, and please stay safe every day. And this and your colleagues as well, obviously. This he actually uses this as part of his duty holster, and he bought me a spare one. He actually bought me 2. One of this one is for the flashlight, the other is for my Swiss Army knife. And I've always dedicated my Surefire into here. and I obviously don't have the batteries in here. The batteries for the Surefire are in here. I have some on order, so I can have at least two extra or maybe 3 extra batteries in here for the Surefire. And then I have my Leatherman Super tool 300 with changeable cutter blades, and it's just a fantastic tool with a lot of really practical and strong and easy to access and easy to pull out, and you don't break any nails. Even with gloves, they don't puncture gloves, which I absolutely love. If you need to wear gloves, if you're I don't really do car stuff, but if you need to fix greasy stuff or anything, then you can absolutely go ahead and do that. And there is a spare saw in here as well, which can be changed, and it doesn't affect my gloves either to take it out. And this is you just push this out and it comes out, so you can change it. Replaceable saw, so perfect tool. So that's the tool roll. Some tools here, and then I also have, where did I put it? I put it here for the video. Yeah, no, I didn't. It's still back here. Sorry, one moment. Second tool roll is the Draper Electrician's VDE recommended screwdrivers. They're rated to 1000 volts, and this actually just came as a set. This was an extra. This didn't come in this set. This is a wire tester, so anything that is just makes this noise. I'm just putting that near to my laptop. It does take 2 AA batteries, and this is it's a non-contact tester. So the green, you just you press and hold, and the green, it's ready to go, so the batteries are on, and then you just hear that, and it just goes red when it's near alive, and then you can just switch it off. Remember to switch it off though, it doesn't have an auto switch off. 2 standard testers if the batteries of this run out, and then I have some, and then this is what actually came in this tool roll. This is the VDE screwdrivers, 2 handles, one bigger handle and one precision handle. The reason it's called a precision handle because it has this thumb, so you can actually put your finger tab here and then twist the screwdriver. And let's just put one screwdriver in. They all fit into all of them fit into here, and all of them fit into there as well. So it just goes in, clicks in, doesn't come out, it locks, it's locking, and then it's like a spring lock here, so the yellow part is pushed down and then it just comes out. And it's the same with all the other tools, with all the other screwdrivers. And then I also wanted, I do have a multi-tool in here, but I wanted dedicated pliers and so on. And then I bought some Nipex, which was a very good recommended brand by professional electricians that I spoke to. So I wanted to buy the best because I didn't want to keep buying them, so I just wanted to have one that would last me pretty much a lifetime, and that was the Nipex brand. It's a German brand, and if I just open this box, it actually just came in this beautiful box. So I have a wire cutter, a wire stripper, a long nosed pliers, wire stripper, long nose pliers, needle nose pliers, that was the word, so let's swap them around because that's the logical order. Short nose pliers, needle nose pliers, wire stripper, and then this is the wire cutter. And these are obviously rated to 1000 volts, and these are actually used by professional electricians, so I can use the made in Germany. So I have absolutely no regard, no thought in my mind that will they be good for me, because obviously they're used by professionals, so they will obviously last me a lifetime. And I'm going to not keep them in the box. I'm going to get a tool roll for these as well, probably another one of these until I find a black one. But yeah, that black tool roll that I have with the screwdrivers, that actually came with the screwdrivers. I didn't buy that, as you can see it's branded with the Draper screwdrivers. So yeah, thank you very much for watching my tools, and this is a project I'm going to be working on, and I'll keep doing more videos. Please feel free to give me some input and insight. I'm sure you have a lot more experience, and I look forward to that, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you very much. Comments below please, only positive ones though. Thank you, bye.